Hi, my name is Mark Cosgrove, and welcome to another slightly longer Minute with Mark. Today I want to talk about software as a service. This is incredible how much this has grown over the last few years. Right now, more than 50% of companies rely on software as a service for in excess of 80% of their software needs. But what's really interesting to me is how much training is an essential part of software as a service. And I know this. I've signed up for a number of these services myself when I'm running my own business, accounting and CRM and things like that. Training takes place for software as a service before, during, and even after the sales conversation is going on. Companies use training to help clients answer questions and become comfortable with their product or service. They're answering questions like, how does it work? How easy is it to use? Do I need specialization or expertise in order to make this part of my business? How's it going to integrate and kind of build itself into how I do business? And this kind of question gets answered in a training conversation. It's not enough anymore for a salesperson to just run through a feature sheet or show nice pictures or a quick 4-minute video. People need to really get their hands on to understand how the software works before they're willing to sign on the dotted line. And then, even after they sign on the dotted line, the fact is they want to make sure there's an ongoing relationship between the client and the provider. Because we've all been in that situation where, you feel like once you have my money, I can't get your attention anymore. So, and the thing about software as a service, I guess, is, if it's a subscription model, they can leave whenever they want. And that's why it has to take place in the context of training. And it's not really surprising because as a trainer, I know that the skills that go into making a great trainer are almost identical to the ones that make a great salesperson. Are you well prepared? Can you ask questions and listen to the answer? Can you probe more deeply and really get into what it is that people say that they want? And can you pivot? Maybe you walk in, want to talk about one thing, but the client wants you to talk about another thing. Can you pivot over to that topic and make the conversation valuable? But as someone who certified hundreds of trainers globally as a master trainer, I can tell you, not all training is created equal. Why is that? Well, of course, to be a great trainer, you have to have subject matter expertise. Of course, that's a necessary precondition to being a good trainer. You got to know what you're talking about. But it's not enough. And that's true. Come on, we were all in university. We all had professors who knew everything there was to know about a particular topic and still managed to bore us to death. So knowing what you're talking about is critical. It's not enough. What else? Well, you really have to know how to be a good trainer. So companies who are in the software as a service space have to make sure that whoever in their organization is tasked with conducting training for prospects and clients, whether that's a business analyst, a salesperson, customer service, or trainer, it doesn't matter what their job title is, but whoever it is that's engaging your clients and helping them get comfortable with your software as a service, they really have to know what they're doing. And this is not just a nice to have, this is an absolutely critical piece that goes into our toolbox as sales organizations. We're walking into the toughest economy many of us have ever experienced. Every prospect has to be closed and every client has to be kept. They're worth their weight in gold. And how we're going to do that is by making sure that they're comfortable with our service, that they understand it, and that they integrate it so deeply into their business that it's not even a service they're purchasing, it's actually how they do business. And you do that through training and making them comfortable. Because let's face it, if somebody else comes along and convinces your prospect or client that their service is better, easier, more functional, whatever it might be. It doesn't matter if any of it's true, but if they manage to convince your client that they'll be better supported by subscribing to that service, they're going to win and you're going to lose. So if you'd like to really make sure that the people that you've given the task to of engaging with your prospects and clients and making them comfortable with your software as a service, please email me, training@markcosgrove.com.